Yeah, it seems like a million years ago. We all look a lot younger, I think. But it was a wonderful ceremony, and it was actually very touching. We had a woman that played the piano for us who'd lost a family member recently, and it was dedicated to him. And my dad was able to be there, and he was very touched by the whole thing. So it was a wonderful ceremony.
It was a great experience. You know, I didn't think it was going to be such a big deal and go get the white coat when they actually put it on you and you read this oath. And then Elwanda Richardson, she actually sang a song for us that she had written, and she sang so beautifully that day. So it was a really nice ceremony.
I'm ready to get rid of that white coat, actually. Just throw the one I have away. It's disgusting. So it needs to be burned.
My coat was put on me by the dean of the medical school. That was quite a surprise. And it felt great. It was a good day.
So I'm hoping to match at the University of Kansas for my preliminary year of internal medicine. However, I already matched back in January for ophthalmology here at KU, and that's a 3-year program.
Prelim year at KU and ophthalmology at KU.
I ranked KU preliminary medicine, and I'm staying here at KU for my first year of internal medicine and staying at KU for ophthalmology. So it was a pretty relaxing day for me. I knew where I was going, so my expectations were met.
Well, I'd say top 3 would be Oregon, Duke, and University of Vermont. And it would be a radiology. That's Hannah, by the way. Medicine preliminary, KU. Radiology diagnostic, Oregon Health Sciences University. It turned out perfect. My 2 number 1 choices, KU for internal med preliminary year, and then Oregon for my radiology. It was actually kind of funny. Laura, I handed her to Laura and opened my letter and then announced to everyone where I was going. And Laura handed Hannah back to me, and she said, "She's wet." And and I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I can't believe I gave a wet baby to Laura. And it turns out that she wasn't wet. It was my hand. I had been sweating so much that it actually caused her bottom to be wet. So anyway, so Laura is sweat. It wasn't anything else. But
we have a brief pause while he gets his parents on the phone.
Well, KU was definitely my first choice. So, and those are the 2 places that I ranked both programs at KU, internal medicine and OB-GYN. So I'm pretty much expecting KU unless I hear something different today. Internal medicine, University of Kansas. Match day was great. I ended up matching in my first choice, internal medicine at KU. So it kind of set up my career path for the women's health residency with doing 2 years of internal medicine and then the 4 years of OB-GYN. It was a wonderful day. I think most people, 80%, got their first choice, so most people were very happy.
They weren't at that number. He's trying another.
I'm going into pediatrics, and I'm from California, so I'm definitely looking to go back. But KU's on my list too, so we'll see what happens. There's still a possibility for me to be here.
Pediatrics, Children's Hospital, Oakland, California.
People kept asking me, which programs did you like? And I always seem to say them in the same order: Stanford, Children's Oakland, and Fresno. So I was like, well, why don't you just rank them that way and see what happens? So I got my second choice. So I'm going to Children's Hospital in Oakland.
I applied to general surgery, and my first choice was KU. And also interviewed at the Mayo Clinic in Scottsdale, Mass General, Beth Israel Deaconess, and UCSD. So those were my top ranked choices.
General surgery at KU School of Medicine. I also wanted to say that my wife's pregnant, and I wanted to say that it was a perfect time to spread that news.
KU for general surgery, yeah. And I just have a lot of friends here, and it was my number 1 choice, and I was glad I got it. And they called me today, letting me know that they were glad that I matched with them as well. So it's going to be a good 5 years. You guys want to say hi to my dad? Hi, Dad!
I'd like to match in North Carolina, either University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill or Duke University. Duke is number 2, actually. And I'm planning to go into obstetrics and gynecology.
Obstetrics and Gynecology, University of Missouri, Kansas City.
Went up, opened my letter, found out I matched at University of Missouri, Kansas City for obstetrics and gynecology, which we talked about before. And we also talked about what my other top 2 choices were, which was in North Carolina. So I'm a little bit disappointed, but at the same time, I did rank the school very highly. It was my 3rd choice, and I felt that they were really interested in me, and I felt pretty sure that I wouldn't have to go below my 3rd choice, so I had ranked 8. And I got a call from the program director last night, and they're very excited, and I think it's going to be a good match. My family's very excited in Wichita. They're like, yeah, you're not leaving,
Internal Medicine, Indiana University School of Medicine.
Got about a month and a half from graduation to find a part-time job. Anyone out there needing a medical student that can't practice medicine? For a month and a half, I'll be ready.
That's one of the most important things. I'm actually thinking of going into a university setting when I get done, and the students just add a lot to your day. They're interesting people, and they keep you up to date. They keep you wanting to learn, and that's a great help, in the university setting. So yeah, I learn a lot from them.
We talk about the diagnosis. I'll entertain any ideas that they might have or solutions, and sometimes they have some new things that I hadn't yet heard about, and so that's always fun that I can learn from them. But I always treat them as colleagues, and my aim is to show them how wonderful family practice is and how what a privilege it is to have access into families' lives at the most intimate moments, at the birth of their children, the death of their elders, and that what a privilege that is, and what fun family practice is. It's very stimulating.
I realized the thing that kept me here was the students, interacting with them, teaching them, but probably more importantly, watching them teach each other, watching the residents teach the students, and being a part of that whole process and learning right along with them. Students still see the most obvious things in unique ways, things that I just take for granted as a part of the normal medical process. They are seeing for the first time, and they bring something to you because of that. And working with bright students is clearly one of the reasons we all stay on as academics.
I try to show the students what it's like to be in the community. As a graduate of KU, most of what we were exposed to was the university type setting, which certainly has changed since I've been there. But I like to have the students see what it's like to be in a general practice in the community, try to get them as much experience as possible, see the practice from not only a business perspective but also a community involvement perspective. We oftentimes do outside activities that I'm involved in as well as clinical daily activities.
The student-teacher relationship, as I interpret it, is one in which the teacher serves as sort of a mentor and role model and creates the environment in which the student can learn. Students at the medical student level are by definition, good learners and good achievers. And we really just have to sort of create the environment such that they can maximize their potential in learning and skill development.
I try and talk to the students like they're a comrade, a compadre. When a student comes down, I really value their opinion, and I hope they value mine also. I feel like I can learn a lot from the students, and hopefully I can teach them some things too. So I try and teach the students and work with the students just like they were companions at the same level that I'm at. Obviously we have to give and take in that regard, but I really try and teach them and treat them as they're part of the team when they're down in the emergency department.
Well, I learned how to be more precise and how to see the problem through their eyes, and I think I'm getting better and better as the more of this I do. And for me, it's a learning experience, so that's probably why I enjoy doing what I'm doing.
I like a very casual give and take interaction with students. I like to make them take a stand on an issue, make a decision, and justify it, because I feel it's all too easy to dance around some of the issues and look good rather than really demonstrating a good understanding of the information that's necessary.
I don't know that I have that kind of rapport. I just see them as peers, really, and I think that makes things easier for them, because I think perhaps some of the surgery rotations might be a little bit intimidating for, say, students who are interested in primary care or whatnot, because surgery residents often don't have the best reputation. We're always so tired and cranky, you know, that if a student just takes a minute and finds out about us, we're really actually pretty nice people, just sleep deprived and, you know, probably unshowered most days. But
what I enjoy the most in this relationship is I've had a few students who come during the summer, their first year for a rural preceptor, and I've had them ask to return when they come for their 1-month rotation in their 4th year. And it's nice to have maintained the relationship through email, to have then see how they have matured over the years and grown in their knowledge and become more like the doctor that they want to be.
The important point, I think, is that we're recognizing the people who are excellent teachers, who give back to their field, who give us examples. I mean, we learn as physicians by example over and over again. So if you don't have those good role models, we would be lost, no doubt.